pills. Because you're not going to let your 17-year-old daughter listen to his music now, because Justin Bieber's a pillhead and a little faggot. But, listen, I'm a little faggot too, so I can say that. You know, I'm telling you, I saw George Michael on the cover of the Wham album in the 80s, and I went homo. Definite homo. And if he had called somebody else before he got arrested in that men's room in New York City, he could have avoided the entire ugly situation. But I mean, Justin Bieber, have you seen the cross photo with his picture and Miley Cyrus? Yeah. It's like, is he a drag queen or is she a drag king? I can't figure it out. And we know you have a tongue, Miley. Keep it in your mouth. Everybody's got one. It's not like two penises or something. But actually, you know, it's funny. I can say that. And remember, 5 years from now, when he gets caught sucking something in a bathroom somewhere, you're going to remember that little comedian knew. George Michael, Elton John. I mean, for God's sakes, he's like, you know, what's he got to do? Spend 20 years in bad marriages and then get caught? I don't think so. I'm one of the older gays. We didn't have gay clubs in high school. We got the shit beat out of us in high school, ladies and gentlemen. But that's okay. We rise up. You know, we've all risen up. Dunedin, again, is another beautiful place where it's extremely gay-friendly. Don't you agree? Yeah. Probably the only goddamn gay guy in here, for God's sakes. That's all right. I'll find love somewhere else. Blur. That's all right. We're not supposed to mention other businesses, I guess. I'm not supposed to cross-reference. But I think the one beautiful thing about Dunedin is that everybody supports local business. Everybody goes to all the other businesses in Dunedin. That's the beautiful thing about living in the Emerald City. That's what I tell people here, that I live in the Emerald City. Where else are you going to get drag queen bingo tomorrow night? You'd have to drive all the way to Miami for drag queen bingo, for God's sakes. You know, and it doesn't run in my family, folks. It skips in my family. I've got a little younger brother who's gay too. And people always ask me, oh, your younger brother's gay. I'm like, yeah, it's in the family. We've got a lesbian aunt and uncle on one side, and a cousin on the other who, it's a rural thing. He lives by the farm animals, so that's a different story. We don't want to marry farm animals. If you let me get married, I'm not going to marry a goat. But listen, straight people, you've made quite a few marriage mistakes in the day too, haven't you? Raise your hand if you're divorced. Raise your hand if you've been divorced. And you know, I know you, and I'm going to leave you alone. Second time around, third time around, I've been around it probably, it's double digits now. That's the other thing they used to tell me, you really enjoy doing comedy. Well, where else can I hold something like this in public? I mean, really. My mother used to say to me, Chris, if I have to go to the principal's office one more time for you, you're going to go to an all-boys reform school. Looking back, how well would have that worked out, right? I could have, gym, I definitely would have passed gym, don't you think? You know, it's not easy being gay. We were responsible for beautiful gardens, great lawns. My neighbor said to me, I'm so glad you moved here. My property values are going to go up because nobody makes the neighborhood beautiful like the gays. And nobody works harder than the lesbians. My handyman is a woman. Do you want her number? For work, right? Because she don't do nothing like that for you, sir. She's not going to... And you don't want her coming over in short shorts and a string bikini top either, let me tell you. I had some lesbian customers the other day where I work, and I realized the face of lesbianism is changing. It's becoming a lot more cover girl kids. These were some pretty lesbians. You're nodding. What, do you know one? What's your name there, lesbian? You're nodding like, yeah, I've been to that lesbian bar in St. Pete. It's very lipstick. And now you're trying to avoid me, and your friend is like, you better talk to her. All right, I'll leave you alone. I don't like to pick on people unless they pick on me. I had a couple the other night moving the table closer to the heater. They're moving the heater and the table. The electric space heater outside. And I go, ladies, what are you doing? Well, we just want to move the heater closer to the table. I said, where are you from in New York? And they said, how could you tell we're from New York? Because we're so pushy? I said, yes. Don't move the heater. Don't try to move something that's on fire. I mean, even if you're from New York, I know you're kind of ballsy. You beat these people from, like, Indiana. Anybody here from Indiana besides you, Jeremy? Nobody. Good. Because everybody I've met from Indiana got a screw loose. So they say to me, we're just going to move the heater closer to the table. I said, why not move the table closer to the heater? Bring the mountain, you know? So she says to me, how can you tell we're from New York? Because we're so pushy, right? I said, yeah, definitely, ladies. I'm from the Bronx. So I will cut you while I'm kissing you. Leave the table where it is. Do I come to your house and start rearranging furniture? Do I? Oh, you go to the bathroom and all of a sudden your coffee table and sofa are on the other side of the room. I was at somebody's house the other day, they had a cat. They were like that lady on TV with the mask over her face who says, I'm so sick of litter and the litter box. Well, get rid of your cat. That's one way to eliminate the litter box and the litter from your home, don't you think? The other lady is the dog food lady who says, you know, it takes a lot to get me mad. But when I saw that cornmeal byproduct was the first ingredient in my dog's food, I felt like they fooled me. Well, your dog can't read the bag. You might want to look at the bag. Why are you blaming the company that sells the dog food for misleading you? I just can't believe that that's the one thing that makes you mad when in today's world we have a problem going to a movie theater, a mall. I wonder where these people are getting these guns. You know, I go funny and then I go serious. I grew up in the Bronx in 1970, and I do remember the 80s. It's the 90s. I don't remember. But I'm still here today. Almost 50 years old. Yes. And it ain't clean living, sister, let me tell you. Now, where's my beer, by the way? And get my cigarettes. And by the way, since everybody's smoking pot, let's all get back to my house for a big old pot party. No, they're going to legalize it. What did Colorado make in the first week? Like almost $250,000 in tax dollars? You're nodding your head. You know the weed and the lesbians, girl. What are you eating? Did they make that much money in Colorado in the first week selling weed? We want to get this country out of debt. Every single state needs to grow and sell marijuana. That's it, one woo. Anybody going to watch the Olympics? Because I'm not sure if I can. You know, the gays aren't supposed to boycott, just like chords in the 80s. I gotta watch them. I've been watching the Olympics since I was little. Wasn't it a time where all the different countries came together to just compete and have a good time? Now Russia wants to go anti-gay? And Johnny Weir is going to be there commentating during the figure skating? That's going to be a difficult position for him to be in, but he's probably been in a lot of difficult positions over the years at the Olympics. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You've been great.
Keep it going for Chris. He said the microphone looks like a penis and it's all in my mouth. I'm okay with that, Bill.
Do you want me to desanitize?
No, I like dudes too, so, you know. That my wife said.